lots of people think that cannabis is just for smoking, but when they hear this song, they'll learn there's more to toking. 25,000 different things we can make from it, and if we give it a chance, we'll save the blinking planet. Food, fuel and medicine, necessities for life, a benefit to all of us, our wonder and delight. Within this smelly weed, there's more than meets the eye, so much, much more than smoking, it can cleanse our dirty skies. Cannabis, cannabis, we'll save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis is a very useful weed. Cannabis, cannabis, we'll save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis is very good indeed.
It is Hemp Works on the Time for Hemp International Fantastic Broadcasting Network, the best one in the world. Yeah, we're there. And I've had a funny week because we had the week all planned out with guests, and every day this week a guest has gone down, and we've had to go hunting around at the last minute for guests. And actually, we've had a really fantastic week. And today, my friend from Iceland stepped up to the mark because we got let down by the other person. And, well, here we are. Well, here we are once again.
Yeah.
Good. Right, I forgot your time. I'm 7 o'clock at night. What time are you?
6 p.m.
You're 6 p.m. and you are in Iceland. So
I
please introduce yourself again to the wonderful Hemp Works audience.
Oh, I'm only? That's
Only?
just simple.
Well, last time you was on, we had a lovely conversation about all sorts of things and the situation in Iceland and pretty much the same as everywhere else. And then there was no... You're a bit like the UK, aren't you? The government believes that it doesn't have any medical benefit.
Yeah, and then they allow them to make Savitex.
Well, no, they've got the new one out now. Oh, the share price has gone through the roof now. They've got this Epidex one coming, which is this will cure Tourette's and childhood epilepsy and glaucoma and ingrown toenails and many other things, because it is a wonder drug that has been invented and made and patented by the wonderful GW Pharmaceuticals that live at Portland Down. The secret location, by the way, is at Portland Down in Salisbury, the Weapons Nuclear Research Facility. Ooh. Ooh. I bet the rents there are really high. Ooh, bet not. Bet they don't pay anything. Ooh.
We finally got cleared for Savitex here in Iceland.
Oh, do you know what the price of it is, out of interest?
No, I haven't checked. I'm going to my doctor in the morning and I will ask him and try to get one.
Well, in England at the moment, apparently it's because you have to go private to a private doctor, and you have to pay the doctor quite a lot of money, and then he will write you a prescription out, and it's £550 per 5 grams. Yes. Well, they've put the price up a bit, you see, because the share price went up by about $10 this morning, and I believe they're going back on the stock market next week to sell some more shares so that they can research the new wonder Epidex drugs made from cannabis, and they're going to raise millions and millions of pounds because this is going to save all these wonderful children. Yes, all these marvellous things that this company does. And anyway, £550.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is here, but and there are restrictions. Not everyone can get it,
No, it's very difficult to get. It's in England. It's definitely a postcode, what we call a postcode lottery, and there's not many people. And also because it's so expensive, our National Health Service can't afford it. They said it's too expensive. This particular type of extracted cannabis.
I don't even know if they will, because here a medication is paid partly by the government.
Yes.
And because I'm on disabilities, I get an extra discount.
Extra. Well, if they're going to charge £550 for 5 gram, I hope you get a very, 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 very large discount.
I'm not sure. I even get one. Some medications are outside of that even.
Well, it'd be certainly interesting, won't it, to do a price comparison, because if it's cheaper in your country and it's made over here, How can it be cheaper in Iceland than it is in
Hey,
England?
this is like the Icelandic lamb. It's cheaper in America and Europe than in here.
I know. Well, apparently Savitax in America is about only about $170, which is not even £150. So
Yeah, right.
by shipping all that way to America, you can get a price.
It gets cheaper.
It's cheap. In fact, right, don't make out like I said this. Right, if it's cheap enough for you in Iceland, I might pop over there, buy a
You're
boatload,
always welcome.
and then smuggle it back to England and sell it on the black market. Hey. Or would that make me a drug dealer? Or maybe I'll be a drug dealer then. Oh, I don't know about that. That could. I tell you what I have done, right? Interestingly enough, I'm formulating a letter now because, you see, Savitex, even if I could get hold of it, and even if I did want to pay £550 per 5 grams,
it's ridiculous price.
Well, because it's 2.5% sort of THC and 2.5% of all the other CBDs,
right.
and then it's 94% alcohol and 1% peppermint. Yeah. So I want to know from my government, if I get this medicine, this wonderful patented plant extract cannabis medicine, can I boil off the alcohol and just use the cannabis? Yeah. Would that be legal?
Yeah.
I don't know, because see, I don't want the alcohol bit.
No, I mean, after you pay £500, you can do whatever you want with it. That would be my. I would think
I
that.
would have thought so, but I mean, I better check with my government because my government has some very strange laws, and we don't quite know where they get them from. But I want to be legal, so I will write to them and say, if I'm going to pay that, can I boil off the alcohol? And if I get arrested in the street, what will be the situation? Yeah, or do I need to have alcohol with it to make it legal? I don't know. We'll get it clarified. I'm sure my government will understand and know that we want to be law-abiding citizens. And in the meantime, I shall carry on growing it in my bloody garden because it's fucking free. Ha ha!
That's the best. It should be free.
It is free.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not.
Well.
Sadly, the price is getting higher.
Well, that's because it's illegal.
Yeah, I know.
Well, no. In fact, if GW Pharmaceuticals, if that's going to be the legal face of cannabis medicine, I don't want it to go legal. I want it to stay illegal. It's cheaper.
Yeah, of course.
Quality.
But I think that if the plant becomes illegal, they have to keep the price down to curtain so the black market won't take over. You know. Oh. That's my at least.
They don't want that happening, do they? They don't want the black market moving in on the legal cannabis trade.
They don't get any taxes from the black market.
Well.
Strangely.
Strangely, no. That's that's a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? They should have thought about that before they made it illegal.
They didn't.
I think Casper pointed this out in the last show. I think he mentioned a figure that Colorado's on course has already paid $150 million in tax. Yeah. Yet the state next door, Washington, is still fumbling about deciding whether they're going to make it legal because 90% of the population want it legal, or whether they're going to still fanny about deciding what is legal and what's not legal, or you can have CBDs for that illness and you can't have it for that illness, and you can't have it in a chocolate bar, but you can have it. So they're just really all the time they're doing that. They're just, well, the coin machine is kicking out golden nuggets and they're missing them, aren't they? The same as my country, the same as your country. Well, and then they moan about austerity.
Really, they don't see the opportunity in this. I'm not sure if the politicians are making money out of the black market, or they're just this stupid.
Well, it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, what are they? Is they got a master game plan, or are they just completely stupid? They're spending all this money trying to make us illegal.
I'm not sure which is better or worse, you know.
At the end of the day, we're going to grow it everywhere, aren't we? At some point, everybody's going to wake up to the same theory that It grows everywhere, so therefore we grow it everywhere. And there will be those that I believe that will want to get their medicine from recognised pharmaceutical companies, yeah? And there will be those people that want to buy it at the farmer's market, and there'll be those people that want to grow it for themselves, and there'll be those people that maybe want to have a little growing club together where they go and sit every day and have a cup of tea and discuss plants. But whatever way it is, this plant is coming back, and that's that.
And this will keep the healthcare cost down. I'm sure of that.
Phenomenally down. They're going to save money on policing. They're going to save money on healthcare.
Yeah,
it's just such a win-win situation.
It's a no-brainer.
And how comes our politicians can't see this? They're meant to be educated.
They are either stupid or in the middle of the black market. There is no... I can't see any other choice.
But, all right then, I'll take your view then. Let's say that they're in the black market. But surely by legalising it, they're going to make more money than the black market.
One would think so, yeah.
Because, all right, let's be honest here. If I was in the black market, I'm not going to declare everything I grow.
No.
Now, I want to be honest here, and I want to pay my taxes. But let's say I grow a ton of it, and it's on the black market, I'm not going to declare the whole ton, am I?
They don't even declare here in Iceland what they're supposed to declare for the parliament. So why should they declare something that's they gain illegally?
Interesting theory.
Yeah.
Are our politicians drug dealers? Do they weapons of mass destruction? Are they there for our benefit or their own benefit? These are the questions we must ask.
They are there for their own benefit.
Do you know what? Yeah. I believe you. I do. It seems that way, doesn't it?
It has nothing to do with ideology or the people or the public. It just has to do with their own pockets.
Yeah.
That's politics today. Everywhere where I'm following politics in the Philippines, in the Europe, in America, mostly for their own good.
Yeah.
People on disabilities here don't get glasses because some rules about glasses in Iceland, but the people in Parliament get free glasses.
And they can't even read. They can't even read a balance sheet.
They have at least 4 times higher salary. Yeah. And they get this free and that free and this is for their own. They're there for their lining their own pockets. I can't see it the other way.
I mean, this would be a very worrying fact if this was just happening in your country.
It's everywhere.
But it's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's really spooky, isn't it? It's almost it's almost identical.
Democracy has failed us.
Yeah, I feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I wouldn't like to put a time frame on it. But if me and you had this conversation, let's say 20 years ago, the politics of Iceland would have been very different to the politics of the UK.
Same corruption.
What, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm sure there would have, as I say, without trying to put a time frame on it, I'm sure there would have been a point in living history where the politics of Iceland would have been different to the politics of England. But now, as you say, the politics of Iceland seem to be the same politics as Great Britain, as America, as Australia, as Philippines. It seems to be following one format. And that, my friend, or our friends out there, is not doing us any good.
No. It's taking our society and just putting it lower and lower and lower for the public and higher for the fucking politicians. Pardon my French.
Well, no, absolutely. Let's call them what they are. Fucking robbing bastards, actually.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Don't worry about the Vikings coming. Worry about the politicians coming.
And even here we have the Pirate Party now in the Parliament. We have the Pirate Party now in majority in the city. We just had the election. And those people who have ideology and they come into Parliament and they just seem like they forget what their ideology was. They start to be the same people as the people who are working there, the corruption, I don't know. I think it's the water in our parliament building. That's why I want to clear the parliament building, because it's a health hazard. Makes good people
It's almost
bad.
like brainwashing. They go in, I've seen this with politicians, they've gone in with all the best will in the world, and within a couple of weeks they're like brainwashed and just talking corporate rubbish that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it is. Maybe they're all on drugs. Maybe we should drug test them.
Hey, there was a test in the sewer water in London and in Norway, and they found cocaine in large amounts. I think if we would just test the water from the parliament, I think we would find some interesting stuff there.
Well, you say that. Funny enough, one of our British newspapers, I think it was last year, went round the Westminster building of the public toilets, and they done swab tests on all the toilets, and virtually every one of them showed signs of cocaine.
Right.
So that goes to show you that these people up there are going to the toilet and using something on a test which resembles cocaine. And if it smells like cocaine and looks like cocaine, then it must be cocaine. Anyway, we're going to have a break. We're going to do a break. Let's have a break.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. Please share us with your friends.
THCF Medical Clinics are the premier physicians clinic in the United States. THCF has offices all across the United States from Hawaii to Michigan. THCF Medical Clinics has helped approximately 150,000 patients obtain their medical marijuana permits to legally possess, grow, and use medical marijuana. If you have chronic pain, multiple sclerosis, or any other neurological degenerative disease, or if you have any gastrointestinal disorders such as GERD, irritable bowel syndrome, or if you have AIDS, cancer, spastic disorders, seizure disorders, or glaucoma, call us at 1-800-723-0188 or visit us online at hemp.org. Again, the number is 1-800-723-0188 and the site is hemp.org.
In need of a ganja vacation? Blaze away.
Don't criticize it.
Hotbox Jamaica. Chill.
Legalize it, yeah.
Relax. And burn all day while watching the amazing ocean view. Listen to the birds. Bathe in the mineral waters of the Ganja River. Munch on tasty Jamaican Rasta food. Take a weed farm tour and hold a meditation. Book this amazing vacation for $420. Get the Sativa Special. 7 nights in Sativa dorms with ganja meals and airport transfer. Check us out at hotboxjamaica.com. That's hotboxjamaica.com. Hotbox Jamaica, a higher meditation vacation.
Indigrow is your source for affordable induction grow lighting. First discovered in 1891 by Nikola Tesla, Indigrow lights deliver 11 years of electronic sunlight to your plants. Indigrow lamps require less than half the power of traditional HID lamps. Converting to Indigrow lights means you'll cut down on your power bill with less lighting. Indigrow lamps also use 5 times less mercury than traditional fluorescent or HID lamps, making Indigrow not only energy efficient but environmentally friendly as well. No more switching out lamps between vegetative and flowering stages. As nature intended, your lights get a steady dose of UV light. That makes your plants grow healthier and stronger. Indigrow products are manufactured in San Diego, California, and come with a written 10-year warranty. What Tesla knew, then growers know now, is that Indigrow lighting is the cost-effective addition to your victory garden. To learn more or order now, go to inda-grow.com. That's INDA-GRO.com. Or call 877-452-2244 to answer any of your questions. These guys really know lights. Indigrow really is your sunlight in a box.
Education and information. See what all the buzz is all about. It's time for hemp. It's time for hemp.
Even Prince Charlie has a high regard for weed. He recommends it to MS sufferers who are in desperate need. His medicinal is pure and it helps to ease the pain. And if you're feeling down, my friend, it'll pick you up again. Cannabis, cannabis will save the planet with cannabis, cannabis, cannabis.
Fantastic. We're back, and we're coming live from Hastings. Motherboard is with Casper in Portland, Oregon, and my friend Ulf is down there in Iceland. So we're very
there.
Yes. So there we go.
There.
Right. So where at now? Now, has there been any since we last spoke? I did read a news report about Iceland, and it was becoming a bit more easy. Can you tell us what happened over there?
Parliament, on the last day of Parliament before summer vacation, they made a declaration to find a new solution in our drug laws. The Pirate Party here in Iceland led that work, and astonishingly, they got 75% of members of Parliament to agree with that. So. And also our health minister, he has come in Parliament and said that we need to legalize. But it will take, some years. Democracy is very slow. And there are some issues that I have with that part in Parliament. They want to offer the police, and not want to, they did offer the police and the main drug treatment center here is a part of the group which is going over this. And they've been lying for 40 years,
Yeah.
Police and this rehab center. And so I have a big question about having them on this panel.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. That's just how it is.
Well,
I have no reason to trust them.
No.
And we need to go over the last 40 years and all the mistakes and all the injustice and all the lies that have been told for 4 decades. We need to go over that. We need to get, like a truth panel, not judging anyone or not punishing anyone. Just we need to get the truth out there.
Yeah.
Sadly, that will not be the case. I don't believe that the police and the SAA, the biggest treatment center here, I don't think they want to go deeply into what they have been lying to the nation for 40 years.
Also, as well, this SAA Centre.
Yeah.
I wonder who owns it. I wonder where they get
this is actually organization not owned by anyone.
Right.
But there is a family who controls most of or did control most of the things there, and the doctor who was over the treatment center, it's his family who has been running this since 77 or 78.
Yeah.
So there is a lot because they get finance, they get money from a government.
Of course, there's always money somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, right. And
they're not doing it for the love of it, that's for sure.
Well, they say they do, but I mean, if it was if that was correct, they get no better results. But if you're drinking alcohol, say, and you quit, it's 5%.
Sure.
If you, I'm sorry.
No worries.
5%
recovery.
Can 5% can quit on their own. They have the same 5% in the treatment center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't see any result that is better. Yes, they get good food and they get good sleep and good rest, but I know of people who have gone there 40, 50 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not stopping. They're just going there to get their health back so they can keep on abusing their drugs or alcohol or whatever. And the treatment center gets, of course, a lot of money for each individual that comes back many, many times. So why should they have a better result than if you just quit on your own? It's not good for their finances.
It's not good for business, is it?
No. And 7% of all Icelanders have gone through this treatment center.
That's big money.
That's big money.
That is big money. 7% of any. It doesn't matter about the numbers, but the percentage high. That's a hell of a percentage.
Yeah.
7% of your population has been through that treatment centre.
But the sad thing is, parents are sending their kids, they're 15, 16, 17 years old, just for smoking once or twice cannabis. Because it's so, I mean, no kid needs to go in a treatment center for cannabis. Just,
of course not.
No.
Why would you put somebody in a treatment centre for a non-addictive, non-invasive?
Well, they've been lying to people for 40 years, so yeah, and people get scared. I know of a girl, 15 years old, who was taken by the police in a car. She was not smoking; she was just meeting friends, and the police found half a gram of hashish in the car. And the police took this 15-year-old girl and did a strip search on her. Without talking to a judge or child's authorities or even her parents.
Yeah.
Then they called the parents after strip searching this girl, and the parents sent the girl to the treatment center.
Oh my
Not
God,
for smoking,
girl.
but for being in the wrong car at the wrong time. And here, if you go to a doctor, he will know that you went into the treatment center. So even the doctors, knowing that you went into the treatment center, they can deny you of pain medication, anti-anxiety medication, everything, just because you went to this treatment center. So they are saying, okay, this kid comes here into this treatment center, and they say to this kid, you're a drug addict. If you don't stop, you will die or go crazy. And the kids start to believe that. So when next time they start smoking or drinking or whatever, they say, hey, I'm sick. I cannot control this. So they just fuck up everything.
Yeah.
And then they, of course, go to the treatment center again, more money.
It's what we call a vicious circle. It's a loop system, isn't it?
I see this as a form of child abuse.
It's a form of child, especially strip searching a 15-year-old.
Yeah, and the parents, they did not stick with their child, and said to the police, "You broke the law by doing this." No, they punished the child. And I remember when I got this call. It's almost 10 years ago. And I wrote to our parliament, to each member of parliament, and I told them, if you don't do anything about this right now, I will tell everyone. Which one of you are using cocaine and cannabis and yada yada yada? I knew a lot, much. I knew more than I do now about these things. And I got a response from one member of parliament. And that member of parliament was mostly scared that I would tell everyone about his use of cannabis. Didn't mention the girl.
No.
No.
Just his own fear about himself.
Just saving his own ass.
My God.
And since then, there's a long time since I lost any respect for Parliament, people in Parliament. But this was just wow. I got this was on New Year's Eve. I got this response, and this is so fucked up.
Yeah. And again, as you say, not isolated cases. People are being put in jail and treatment centres.
Yeah.
And so there's a boy in Texas, I believe, at the moment. He's about 17. They're trying to give him life because he made cookies.
Yeah, right.
But they weigh the whole cookie. So they're saying the weight of the cookies combined is a felony, and he could be getting 30 years in jail for baking some hash cookies.
Do you know what they tried to do here? When you smoke out of a gravity bong or a bong or whatever, there is always some oil there that's left over. They tried even to take that to court and get someone judged for the residue oil shit. This is crazy.
By the way, you do know that residue oil is medicine. If you've got any cuts, burns, or lesions on the skin, that oil, scrape it out and put it on there. Yeah, that's the medicine.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, don't wash it all away.
But that must be clear oil. Here we because the price of per gram is so high, we use a lot of tobacco to.
Well, it's not the best. It's not the ideal solution. And most probably the tobacco might have burnt off, or it might have not. And I don't advise people rubbing tobacco into their skin. But if it's the only thing available, then just try it, because it might cure a cancer, and you just have to put up with nicotine addiction, which is, you can deal with that at a treatment centre.
Actually, the number one death reason for alcoholics is tobacco.
Yeah.
Recovered alcoholics, that is.
Yeah. Well, we all know that. I don't even bother trying to compare the alcohol, tobacco to the cannabis, because there's no comparison to be had. Tobacco and alcohol kills people, has been killing people for a very long time. It kills an awful lot of people. The same applies to tobacco. Yeah. And yet they try and prove that there's been one death from cannabis smoking, which they never seem to be able to prove. There's always other things involved. Yeah, there you go. Where is the comparison? There is none.
I heard of a case where a guy swallowed cannabis oil.
Yeah.
In condom.
Yeah.
And the condom burst.
Yeah.
So he got, 30 milliliters, or I don't know how much it was. But it was not, I haven't been able to find that case again. I heard this.
Yeah, again, heard. But it's very difficult to find. I believe there was a German doctor not so long ago. He spent the best part of 10 years and more trying to find cannabis deaths around the world. So everything that was ever reported to be a cannabis death, he went there and done an autopsy on them. And I think after 10 years research and looking at a very, very large amount of dead people there, who were all reported to have died from cannabis one way or another.
Right.
Out of all these hundreds of cases, he actually only found 6 that might, and he used the word might, have been attributed to the use of cannabis, but he could not prove that it was cannabis that actually killed them. Yeah,
right.
It was just very high levels were found in the bloodstream, but it was like a car crash. Yeah, another one was somebody who fell asleep in front of a fire, so they actually died. So there was no. He even after, and he was looking. That's what he was looking for.
Right, right.
And he couldn't find one, basically.
Well, Canada did a research in 2002, or at least they published the research in 2002, and where they tested the driving skills of people smoking or drinking and sober. And of course, the sober one was the best group, but cannabis versus alcohol was far better.
Yeah.
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 And one of the line in this research, they said that people who smoke cannabis and are driving, they know they are not perfect.
Yeah.
So they try to drive more carefully.
Yeah.
Versus the alcohol, they don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit. Just mow anybody down.
They think they're even better than they are sober. So.
Yeah, they all think they're Formula One racing drivers. With that, we're going to hit a break. Thank you very much.
You are listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. Please share us with your friends.
If you are in the Portland, Oregon area and are an OMMP card holder, then come down to Nikki's Diggity Dank Market, Portland, Oregon's first and only weekly OMMP market, presented by the Alternative Wellness Center, located at 5241 Southeast 72nd Avenue, 2 blocks south of Foster Boulevard, close to public transportation, held every Sunday 10 a.m. till 7 p.m., connecting quality vendors with patients. Nikki's Diggity Dank Market also has a weekly raffle with products from every vendor. So come down to Nikki's Diggity Dank Market and have fun while connecting with quality vendors and getting great natural medicine. If you are a vendor and want a chance to connect with OMMP patients, you can check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/Alternative Wellness Center or call 971-888-4392. Be sure to register early because space is limited. Nikki's Diggity Dank Market.
In need of a ganja vacation? Blaze away.
Don't criticize it.
Hotbox Jamaica. Chill.
Legalize it, yeah.
Relax. And burn all day while watching the amazing ocean view. Listen to the birds. Bathe in the mineral waters of the Ganja River. Munch on tasty Jamaican Rasta food. Take a weed farm tour and hold a meditation. Book this amazing vacation for $420. Get the Sativa Special. 7 nights in Sativa dorms with ganja meals and airport transfer. Check us out at hotboxjamaica.com. That's hotboxjamaica.com. Hotbox Jamaica, a higher meditation vacation.
Indigrow is your source for affordable induction grow lighting. First discovered in 1891 by Nikola Tesla, Indigrow lights deliver 11 years of electronic sunlight to your plants. Indigrow lamps require less than half the power of traditional HID lamps. Converting to Indigrow lights means you'll cut down on your power bill with less lighting. Indigrow lamps also use 5 times less mercury than traditional fluorescent or HID lamps, making Indigrow not only energy efficient but environmentally friendly as well. No more switching out lamps between vegetative and flowering stages. As nature intended, your lights get a steady dose of UV light. That makes your plants grow healthier and stronger. Indigrow products are manufactured in San Diego, California, and come with a written 10-year warranty. What Tesla knew, then growers know now, is that Indigrow lighting is the cost-effective addition to your victory garden. To learn more or order now, go to inda-grow.com. That's INDA-GRO.com. Or call 877-452-2244 to answer any of your questions. These guys really know lights. Indigrow really is your sunlight in a box.
Free? Did you say free? Free hemp? Free hemp? Free hemp video and audio? Free downloads of all the top artists, all the pot artists on planet Earth. Interviews with all the people making the movement, making the hemp movement. It's time for hemp. That's right, world. It's time for hemp. That's right, world. It's time for hemp.
Out of time, there's no point in worrying, no wondering what to do, 'cause the answer's in the colour green, it's shining through and through. Cannabis, cannabis will save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis, it's a very useful weed. Cannabis, cannabis will save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis is very good indeed. Cannabis, cannabis will save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis is a very useful weed. Cannabis, cannabis will save the planet with cannabis. Cannabis, cannabis is very good indeed.
We love cannabis sativa. We love Tony Macaroni. We love Hemp Works Charity, UK.org.
Yeah.
And, right, we're putting a shout out now. Right, tonight's shout out is somewhere out there is a seed which is an indigenous seed to Iceland and I believe to the upper reaches of Alaska. Now, I know that seed is available in Alaska. We would like to find the seed that is available in Iceland. It's a 45-day, right? It's a fast growth, stays close to the ground. I've seen photographs of it, but I've never actually seen it, and we're looking for that seed. So if anybody can help us locate this magical Alaskan, Icelandic 45-day grow seed, would be lovely to hear from you, because some people need the seed. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah. And there is the large group of patients here that really needs quality cannabis.
Yeah, not the commercial rubbish.
No, I mean, for me, those Kush and whatnot, they are not the same as the old, what I'm used to, like White Widow and Jack Herrer.
Yeah, the original lamprey seeds.
Yeah.
We just hope somebody listens to that. We will do some more research into that, because Iceland needs its seed back. Because Iceland, like every bloody else on the planet, has got loads of sick people that can cure themselves with cannabis.
Right.
Because they don't need chemo, and they don't need going down to the therapy centre either.
Right. And they don't need...
unless they want a free meal and a comfy bed, because I'm sure they get treated quite nicely there. Yeah. So if that's their situation, go down to it. But don't go down there because the cops tell you you've got to go down there because you're a cannabis smoker. That's just ludicrous. You might go to the mental hospital if you believe that.
Oh, the doctors here, they can be crazy.
Yeah.
The doctor who was treating me, my liver damage, my hepatitis, he told me just a few weeks ago that your cannabis consumption can damage your liver.
Well, that's bullshit, because I've got documentation to prove that it doesn't.
Right.
And I don't know whether... I just want to bring this up. The other night we had Sue Rosen, right? Sue Rosen is a nurse from New York, and she's one of us. She's a Hep C person. I'm going to work with Sue on a much closer basis. About once a month, we're going to have Hep C and cannabis sort of program, because me and Sue and yourself are all Hep C people, and we want to know how to cure it. And Sue has not managed to cure herself from the Hep C, But for the last 10 years, her count has been the same and there's no more damage going on her liver. So she's holding it through diet and through the use of cannabis. So Sue's a really important player, and she's a very qualified nurse, and she's a great advocate of doing this, all things cannabinoid. So we're going to link in with us, and you'll be involved in that as well because you're a Hep C sufferer. So we're going to have like a Hep C night. Yeah, once a month.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this publicly. I'm gonna start a blog.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna just put everything. Like we were talking about last time with raw food and raw cannabis.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna, because now I have 3 doctors who will not supervise, but they will take my progress in this for a whole year.
That's fantastic. Well, all you need is, all you need is your blood counts and your viral load.
Yeah, and
that you can track
I also need the plant.
yeah. Good point. I forgot about that bit. Minor detail now. We're working on that one. Absolutely. Yeah, also politicians, this stuff does work, but we do need access to it, okay? And by you putting the barrier up, whatever politician you are in whatever state, in whatever country, you're actually killing people by your stupid rhetoric, political views. We don't want to hear them. They're of no interest to anybody. Either change them or leave office, because there is a lot of sick people out here that benefit from this plant. The ones that benefit are telling you the ones that can benefit, and the ones that can benefit are going on it. And we're starting to tell the people, everybody's telling everybody. Yeah.
This also saves my government money, because I also have diabetes.
Well, that you can level that out with the hemp seed oil.
And if I have the correct plant, I need less insulin, and my blood sugar levels are fine. So this will save a lot of money if I just had access to the plant.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how many people have got hep in Iceland, and I don't know how many diabetics, but there's a few of you, and if you multiply that number by how much you're going to save them, I think you have somebody in your government called the accounts minister, or he looks after the treasury. I tell you what, mate, you want to go home tonight and do some calculations, and you'll find that by introducing this plant, you're going to save yourself an awful lot of money. Yeah, and these are story times. We all have to look to make cuts.
This is also changing here. I know the business guys here, they are seeing an opportunity in this, and that's also as a pressure on Parliament.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want them to damage my opportunity to just take care of my own medication.
Well, we can't let that happen. Again, the business people are all welcome to come on board, and there is money and there is jobs, and instead of that little young lady being strip searched and frog marched off to some therapy centre, she would most probably be told off that one at 15 years of age, it is not the best thing to be taking anything besides health and good food, right? That's our advice from elders. Yeah?
Right.
And when you're about 18 and you've done a bit of college, then maybe come back and have a nice puff. But you don't have to go to these places, and all those people that are in these places, maybe they should start working in the cannabis industry, because there'll be loads of jobs.
What my vision is this: recreational cannabis, the business guys can own that.
Of course they can.
Medical cannabis, we own it ourselves.
We own our own medicine. There is no
it should be
shadow
free.
of doubt. It's
and
free.
if someone cannot grow it himself or herself, we do it for you. For free.
We do it for them. Of course we do.
That's
what
how
plants
it should
are all about.
You're right.
That's what plants are all about. Share a little bit. And we don't have to travel too far, do we, as well? Because it's most probably the lady across the road, or the man around the corner, or that little family that live down the end of the road that mind their own business. We don't have to start crossing like miles to do our little bit of work. We just want to grow a few plants for our neighbourhood.
Right. Right.
And you grow a few, and he grows a few, and somebody else grows a few, and away you go.
This can be so cheaply done and easily done.
Oh, easy peasy. It's no difficult, is it? We come up with an idea. Actually, I talked to somebody in the last 24 hours that we've done this. A guy called Fim, and other people as well that have been doing it for a long time. But this year, this guy called Finn, Feed the Birds, he's been up and down the country planting seed out everywhere. And it's starting to grow. And I know they've done this in Germany before. And it's quite a good way of showing that this plant does grow everywhere. So the point was, I forgot what I was going with it. Well done, Finn.
I saw the new...
It's nice to see your cannabis growing under Big Ben. There should be more of it. I'm not too sure where I was going one line then. But again, it should be free to grow. It's simple as that.
It's a plant for crying out loud.
Yeah. And that's all it needs to do is just grow there. Yeah. And then people can have their own medicine.
The hypocrisy in politics is just, it's terrible.
Well, in a way, this plant is also showing these politicians up for what they are, really, isn't it? Just, this I'm going to mention his name, this Chris Christie from New York. I mean, that is one big fat...
New Jersey.
Yeah, he's just a big fat pig man.
Yeah, New Jersey.
New Jersey guy, the New Jersey guy. He said he was going to do one thing, and then last night he turned around and backtracked on the whole lot. Yeah. And he's left people in a real bad way.
Same happened in Florida. They put some wording in a new bill, and then no one can get it. Medical cannabis just because of this word or a line or whatever. They damage everything. But that's because the pharmaceuticals are paying them. They're owned by the pharmaceuticals. They're owned by the oil companies and all the big companies. It's just politics. I abolish politics.
That was where I was going with it. We come up with this idea that maybe next year, rather than planting out everywhere, which should carry on anyway, but if everybody that uses grew one plant or two plants on display, there would be so many plants people growing. They couldn't go around and they wouldn't tie their court time up with one or two plants. So maybe that's the next protest we make if the government don't want to change. Everybody should just grow.
As I told you last time, here you can lose everything: your kid, your job, your work, and everything. So people are being kept scared. Yeah.
Well, again, I can completely empathise with people like that, but this is a war, and sometimes if we just all do it all together and stick together, then it's gone. It's only because they can pick you off one by one that they're going to nick your kids and your house and your car and your job. That's
divide and conquer is a very old tactic.
So they're going to put all this fear into you, but everybody's got to get together and go, no more, enough is enough. Bollocks to the law, because the law is just an ass. None of them are making any sense. And every time when the people vote with magnificent numbers of 85 and 80%, and there was one town in Alaska, 97%. What, were 3 people out of town that day? Where do you get ballots where 90%, and all right, it wasn't a big town, but it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
90%, it's like these are phenomenal numbers. These are not marginal.
If we live in a democracy, 51% is enough.
It's enough, yeah, you know it.
On an issue like this.
Yeah. And again, the only way they get it, as you say, through the fear, through arresting people one at a time. And again, with this 10% of the people owning all the wealth and all these governments seem to be acting the same way, belong to the same club. We're the percentage. And as soon as we all decide that we've had enough, we don't have to fire any bullets. We don't have to do anything. We just have to stay at home, not spend any money, and tell them to go fuck themselves. They won't have any power left.
That's their worst nightmare. Yeah.
Turn off the TV. Turn off the electricity. Don't go down the shop. Don't give them any money. And all of a sudden, the whole thing comes to a grinding halt.
Actually, we own our own electricity here. The people own the electricity here. They've been trying to sell it, to their friends. But so if we turn off the electricity, we lose. That's how it should be. Electricity, water, they should be
free.
Community owned.
Community owned. And they shouldn't be for profit. Good grief.
No, not for profit, just so we can have electricity for everyone.
Electricity for everyone.
At fair price.
At a very fair price. Well, you've got all the lovely thermonuclear, not thermonuclear, you've got all the hot thermo energy.
Yeah, but they're problematic.
Problematic.
Yeah, but we have a lot of electricity here. I think the cheapest one in Europe, if not, I paid more for the electricity in the Philippines than I did here.
That's got to be cheap.
The electricity I paid in the Philippines was about £60 a month.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Here we are paying maybe 20, 25.
And that's in
for
winter months?
Just every month.
Every month.
We heat our homes with hot water, from the ground.
Yeah, it's thermo.
So we don't need the electricity to heat our houses. Just small pockets in a rural area do that, where they have no warm water from the ground.
Yeah.
And electricity here is cheap. But it could be cheaper. We are giving it away to the aluminium factories.
Oh.
They pay almost nothing. They pay no taxes and nothing.
To poison the water system?
Yeah. No. We have clean water here. There is no...
But why are the aluminium factories using it?
Electricity. They need a lot of electricity, and they pay percentage of the world price of aluminium.
Right.
So if the aluminium price is low, they pay lower electricity, or did. They're changing
but
this.
I'm pretty sure in the process of making aluminium, the water that's washed off is toxic.
Yeah, but that doesn't go into our groundwater, not at least here in the city. Yeah,
wow.
Our groundwater is 600 years old or something.
Yeah, I've heard it's one of the last real clean sources of water left on the planet. Pretty much everywhere else now has been polluted to some degree or another.
I don't know. They had really good water in Alaska, and they have really good water in North Norway, Sweden, and there. So our water is not perhaps the best in the world, but it's maybe top 10.
Yeah, for its purity, definitely. Yeah. Cool. So, right, any big shout-outs? Right, hold on, we're getting to that time of day. How can people find you?
I just I
caught you there.
I'm giving away one of my books online.
Wow, come on and tell everybody.
It's SKO7. There's the number 7, SKO number 7.com. Donate. And the book is there for free.
Wow, there you go.
It's in English even.
It's even in English. Well, unfortunately, that's one beautiful thing about your country. I've never actually met anybody that speaks your language that's not come from your country. I'm sure there must be people out there that are still Icelandic. But anyway, look, it's really lovely to talk to you again. Stunning. I love being out there with you. Yeah, it's nice. Feels good. And I'll keep you informed on this Hep C cannabis thing.
Please do.
Yeah, we're going to make that a bit of a force to be reckoned with, because you know what it's like, and I know what it's like, and Sue knows what it's like.
Right.
So we've got two missions, haven't we? About this cannabis and about this Hep C.
Yeah.
Wish you all good night. Thank you all for tuning in. All have a beautiful Thursday evening. Casper, have a beautiful day. Midday.